1967. Brought to you by Kraft. Kraft for good food and good food ideas. The Kraft Music Hall presents Woody Allen Looks at 1967, starring Liza Minnelli, Aretha Franklin, John Byner, and special guest William F. Buckley, Jr. And your Kraft Music Hall host this week, Mr. Woody Allen.
Thank you very much. On behalf of my clothes, welcome. Tonight, what we're going to do on this show is take a look at 1967. And, you know, when I thought of it, the dominant event of 1967 was the war. And I don't want to dwell on that this evening. You know, I tried to enlist this year, and I went down to the draft board to take my physical, and they took a look at me, and they burnt my draft card. Funny, what's really odd is I am not the logical choice to do the show because I am not a politically oriented comedian at all. I made one political remark for the entire year. I said that President Johnson's popularity was highest during the month of February because that month only had 28 days in it. I'll tell you why I'm not politically oriented, which is really fascinating. A long time ago, let me start this at the very beginning, I had just broken up with my wife. I don't want to get into that whole thing, but we used to have these terrible fights all the time, and we had a fight in the lobby of a theater in New York, and she called me an imbecile. I said, "Don't you dare talk to me like that," and she grabbed my hat and broke the propeller off it. And I was depressed for a long time, you know, and nothing was going right for me. My analysis was not working out at all. My analyst didn't know what he was doing ever. He used to listen to my problems and write them down on a pad and then mail them into Dear Abby. And I really was depressed, and I was looking for girls, substitute women, every place. I really was. I went to discotheques and jazz concerts, you know, and I went to an over 6-foot dance, you know, and I walked around there for 3 hours and nobody saw me. And they have cruises that you go on, depending on the kind of women you want to meet. That's the kind of cruise that you go on, you know? So I signed aboard a tramp steamer. Nothing was going right for me. I really was in terrible trouble. And what I did was, I was leafing through an underground newspaper, you know, like the East Village Other or something, you know, and I saw an ad for a topless cellist. And I go there in an evening to a concert hall, and this girl comes out topless, and she plays the cello, and it's not dirty at all. You know, the andante, the slow portion's not dirty. The allegro drove me up the wall. And I go out into the lobby during intermission, and I see a girl there, but really attractive with the great hair and boots and the shortest miniskirt I ever saw in my life. You know, I thought it was a hack. And I pick her up because I'm very good in that area. And turns out she belongs to a student nonviolent group. And I don't believe that any group is nonviolent. You know, I've been beaten up by Quakers. And she wants me to go with her to a demonstration. So I'm walking down the street. You got to follow this. And we turn a corner, and I see two guys are beating up a Negro kid. And I don't like that. You know, I don't like persecution of minority groups because I belong to a minority group. A lot of people, incidentally, always think that I'm Jewish over the years because of the way I talk and worship. Those that know me know that I'm Scotch-Irish, actually. And I'm in great physical shape. There's no question. I do isometric exercises all the time to improve my build. I'm constantly doing this all the time to build my forearm up, you know. I did this on the subway during rush hour, and they arrested me. These two guys are beating up this Negro kid. So I turn the corner, I run into the battle, and I know judo a little bit, and I quickly snap my elbow out, and I bring my knee up and bring my hand down like this hard in a rabbit punch. Now, there's three of us standing over this unconscious Negro kid. Those two guys come to me, and one guy pulls out a knife. So I quickly take my jacket off, and I wrap it up around my arm like this, and I stand like this, and he thrusts and stabs me in my right arm over here. It starts to bleed, so I quickly take the jacket off and wrap it around it. Now they grab me, and they start to pound my head on the pavement. And the Negro kid wakes up, and he starts to help them pound my head on the pavement. The cops come, and they arrest me for carrying a concealed weapon. I had a knife stuck in my back, and I didn't realize. They take me down to police headquarters, and everybody hates me. The Negro kid hates me because he thinks I'm a fake liberal. The two guys beating him up hate me because they think I'm a real liberal. There's a real liberal there who hates me because he thinks I'm a fascist. The police chief hates me because he thinks I'm a hippie because I had beads on. I'm not a hippie, but what else do you wear with a black velvet dress? And the upshot of the story is my mother comes down. She hates me because she thinks I'm anti-Semitic, you know, because during the Arab-Israeli war, everyone in my family bought trees in Israel, and I got a good price on a tree in Jordan. I keep out of politics most of the time, and it's not my field. Listen, I don't want to stand out here all night and talk, because we really do have a long and good show for you this evening. We're going to take a highly personal look at 1967, and we're going to start the show off by showing you what happens to a man when his wife becomes involved in one of the major trends of the year.
Hurry up, darling. We're going to be late for the Stern's anniversary.
Did you get some presents? They've been married for 5 years, you know, it's their last anniversary.
Yes, honey, I got him some storm windows.
Come on, honey, get dressed and let's go.
I am dressed, darling.
Stop kidding around, put on a skirt, and let's get out of here.
Darling, this is a skirt. This is what I'm going in.
You must be joking. You think that I would go to a party with two nakeds?
Now, what's the matter?
Look, honey, let me tell you about legs. From the knees to the floor goes to the party. Above the knees stays in the house.
Honey, I paid $40 for this skirt. Now, everybody's wearing them.
Oh, really? I saw a picture of Dean Rusk this morning. He had on a dark suit.
They're wearing them 8 inches above the knee.
Honey, you don't have 8 inches above the knee.
Sweetheart, what would you like me to do? To dress like your mother?
And what's wrong with the way my mother dresses?
She dresses like Dean Rusk in a dark suit.
Guess my mother doesn't parade around in miniskirts.
Your mother is 75 years old. They don't make orthopedic miniskirts.
Look, let me put it this way to you. We're going out in public. I don't want other men to see your legs, all right? Is that clear? Because those are no longer just your legs. You know, when we got married, I paid $2 for those legs. Those are the family legs now, you know? Now cover up the family legs or I'm going to knock out the family teeth.
You are living in the inches.
Honey, will you take off that dress? What are you trying to be? Hip?
Hip, not hip.
Hip. You stop that left-wing talk. That's what I get for buying her an FM radio.
Sweetheart, I'm a mature, intelligent adult. And I've given this matter a great deal of consideration. And I've come to a decision. We don't freak out enough.
We freak out plenty. I took you to your parents' house for dinner Sunday. That was the biggest freak out I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, it would have been if you knew how to groove, stuffed shirt.
You dare to stand there and tell me that I don't know how to groove? A man with a tremendous collection of Andre Castellanos records. Now, take that skirt off. If I wanted to live with a hippie, I would have married Dr. Spock.
Sometimes you are really insipid.
I'm insipid.
Yes, you lack sipid.
You know what you are? You're pseudo-hip, pseudo-intellectual.
Pseudo.
I say the P because I'm not a phony. It's there, so I pronounce it. Pseudo, for psychology, for pneumonia, for ptomaine.
Get to the door.
Take that off. It's ridiculous.
Hi, Willie. Sorry I'm late. My wife's getting dressed. She'll be here in a minute.
Hello.
Hello, John.
Boy, you look wild.
Well, thank you, John. You look pretty neat yourself.
You.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, thanks. I've already eaten. Hey, you know, I see you in the neighborhood quite often. I never realized you had such a groovy figure.
Well,
John, why don't you make yourself comfortable? Flush up. I'll get you great. Take your dress off.
I'm not
Take it off.
take it off and don't you... John, do you think that this skirt is objectionable?
Man, are you kidding? Your wife's got a knocked-out set of pins, pal.
Darling, you want to do me a favor? What? Take the skirt off or I'll break your neck. Go ahead. I'll dance with John. Go ahead. Take it off.
Old-fashioned, boring. Now look at John. Why can't you dress more like John?
Because I buy in a men's store.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with this outfit? I bought this at the Hobbit shop, one of the finest men's boutiques in Greenwich Village. Julie Christie buys all her clothes there.
I don't care what you say. I am not going out in public with a person who wears a dress like that.
Get with it, man. It's 1967. They look cool in those dresses.
John, your wife.
Oh, hello. Oh, John has a good wife. Oh, come in. I beg you, entire legs. You're wonderful,
Hey, change that dress.
She said it was 1967.
Yeah, but her legs are showing. It's 1967 for your wife. For my wife, it's 1945.
Take off.
Come on, take off.
One of the most exciting things to happen on the recording scene in 1967 was the arrival of Miss Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Chain, chain, chain. One of the most amusing incidents that occurred in 1967 was this scene in California.
If you'll come in, gentlemen, I'll tell Mr. Dimple you're here. Wow, what a place. This guy must have been a big star at one time.
Yes, they didn't come any bigger in Hollywood than Baby Bobby Dimple. He was the greatest child star of them all. Well, you must see how popular his movies still are on television.
Well, I'm too young to appreciate it, but my sister used to have a Baby Bobby Dimple doll.
Yes, I directed his first film. He was an overnight sensation. Such a talented boy. I'll never forget it.
Yes, I know, Mr. Tompkins. Okay, I'll have him back in the orphanage immediately. Bobby, come in here.
Did you call me, Dad?
I'm afraid you'll have to go back to the orphanage. They feel that a home without a mother is no place for a boy.
But, Dad, if you would marry Miss Simpson, then I could come and live with the two of you forever.
Bobby, you know I love you and I'd do anything in the world for you. But Miss Simpson's a dog.
I understand, Dad. They can't get me down because, after all, I'm a little lollipop fellow. I'm a little lollipop fellow. You got to love me right from the start. If you love this little lollipop fellow, but
millionaire overnight. Wasn't a motion picture theater in the country wasn't showing a Baby Bobby Dimple film. He made him laugh. He made him cry. Yeah. They had Baby Bobby Dimple dolls, Baby Bobby cutouts, play suits, wristwatches. Well, he was the only child in America had a limousine with a finished basement in it.
Well, how did he take to so much success?
Well, it wouldn't have been too bad except for his mother, one of those stage mothers, really spoiled him. I can remember one day.
Come on, my little precious, eat your food. Oh, don't you want to grow up to be a big, strong man, my precious little movie star?
Will you chew it first, Mom? I don't want to tire my teeth.
Sure, my little Bobby. Nummy. Oh, he is the biggest star in America, isn't he? Isn't he? Isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He makes more money than the president. And when that director gets here, tell him you want more close-ups of your face.
Baby Bobby, I want to talk to you about that last scene. It's no good for the picture. When Reginald Marchbanks is singing, we can't keep the camera only on you.
Why not? They came to see me, not Reginald Marchbanks.
Be reasonable, Bobby.
Oh, come on, Uncle George.
Bobby, we have to put the camera on him or no one will know what's going on.
No! I'm the star of this picture and I won't have this! They came to see me, not Reginald Marchbanks. They came to see me. I'm going to swear on his face. I'm a little bitch. You're going to get your money to work out. They're going to lose a fortune on this picture.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't ever have to cry. No, 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 because you are Baby Bobby Dimple, a little lollipop fella. Here, let Mommy read your grosses. We did 6,000 in Philly, 8,000 in Pittsburgh, 9,000 in Detroit, broke all records in Tulsa, Rio in New Jersey.
What a spoiled brat.
Yes, I guess so. But it all fell through pretty quickly. He grew up. America grew up. Hollywood turned from the naive romantic escapism of the 30s to the hard grown-up world of Doris Day. They forgot all about the little lollipop fella. Fan mail stopped, the lines to the box office stopped, and pretty soon the movie offers. He's been living here in retirement ever since.
Gentlemen, Mr. Dimple.
Hello, George.
Well, hello there, Bobby. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
My partner, Sam Woodley.
Hello, how do you do? Come, why don't we chat inside?
Very good.
Have some lunch. You remember, Mom?
Yes, how good it is to see you two again.
I'm so happy for your success as producer.
We've all come pretty far since our first film.
What have you been doing since the late 30s?
Well, I've been living out here in retirement with my memories. I get a chance to read a lot now and think. That's why I called you here, George. I've been doing some thinking lately. Thinking about the state of California, some of its problems.
Here, eat your peas.
No, I don't want to read
I said eat your peas.
No! You can't even have that on my pizza. I better drink vegetables.
Now, eat your peas, you'll grow up to be a big soldier.
Now, where was I? Oh, yes. I want to run for the Senate.
Bobby, you're crazy.
No, I'm not. I want to run. I don't care. I want to be Senator of the Children of the... I don't care what you say. No, I'm getting my way. I want to be a Senator. I want to be a Senator. And I maintain that state aid for educational programs must be apportioned in direct relation to the district financing plan, as has always been the case in this great state. I'm sure my opponent could not disagree with that.
I most emphatically do disagree, Mr. Dimple. Citizens, Mr. Chairman, the district financing plan was functional on a state level a few years ago, but since then it has been outdated by the concentration of heavy industry that has taken place in recent years. Factories, employment, and the Labor Board will bear me out on this. Now, since the development of the southern oil industries, the balance of finance has altered considerably. Now, what are you? Why you with me?
After conceding defeat, candidate Dimple returned to his home in Beverly Hills and told reporters he has no comment on the present or plans for the future. But baby Bobby knows in his heart that the American public loved their little lollipop fella because he was the most famous child star in Hollywood. And he can be anything he wants to in this world because he is the sweetest, most lovable, most adorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liza Minnelli.
Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling goofy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. Dappled and drowsy and ready for sleep. Let the morning shine down all its shadows on me. Like I love you, all is groovy. Would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? Would you like to glide in my beautiful balloon? We could float among the stars together, you and I. We can fly up and away in my beautiful balloon. The world's a nicer place in my beautiful balloon. It wears a nicer face in my beautiful balloon. If you'll hold my hand, we'll chase your dreams across the sky. Or we can fly up and away in my beautiful balloon. So, hold on, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Bye, my beautiful.
And now we're going to come to the question and answer period of the program. We're going to discuss some of the salient events of 1967, and to counterbalance my views, which are desperately liberal and criminal at times, is one of the most controversial and charming men on television, Mr. William F. Buckley, Jr. I see you're carrying a pen with you. Is that significant of anything, Mr. Buckley?
How do you know it's not a mace?
A mace? You let me have a shot of gas right in the eye, man. So I think you're...
Not unless you provoke me.
I'm not going to lay a finger on you. Let me start out in a wonderfully warm and general way. Since we want to discuss 1967, I'd like to get your opinion on the year in general. I mean, did you think for the United States it was a good year or a disaster year, or how would you rate it?
Oh, somewhere in between. A little closer to disaster than to good. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you say?
For me, personally, it was a terrible year. Yes, but for the country at large.
Even though you don't live in Detroit.
Yes, but my mother scribbled Soul Brother on the side of a synagogue. Moving on from there, I want to ask a question because there's somebody in the dock there or at the lectern.
Mr. Buckley, who would you like to see as the presidential nominee for 1968?
Oh, somebody who would beat Johnson.
That could be anybody, including the Boston Strangler. Lady, what's your question?
Mr. Buckley, do you think miniskirts are in good taste?
Do I think what?
Miniskirts are in good taste.
On you, I think they are. Good legs are in good taste.
Good legs. I never would have figured you for that kind. I figured it was straight politics, and that was it. You, sir.
Well, what would your reactions be to a conservative president?
A conservative president? My opinion has always been, not hostile. I would like to see you or another conservative be president for a year. And I think it would cure the United States of conservatism forever.
I think the probability is that you voted for Lyndon Johnson. I didn't. And it's interesting how many people are dissatisfied with the alternative to conservatism. You remind me a little bit of the, Evelyn Waugh said one time about Nancy Mitford that, she voted for the socialists after the war in England. And having done her best to make England uninhabitable, she went to France to live. You people complaining about Lyndon Johnson, the ones who voted for him, aren't you?
We are, but we were faced with a bleak, if not miserable, alternative.
Mr. Allen, in your terms, what does liberal mean?
Liberal? Oh. Well, you've got me on this. If a girl will neck with me, she's liberal. If Mr. Buckley will neck with me, he's very liberal.
Mr. Buckley, do you think Robert Kennedy will ever become president of the United States?
Well, if he can induce all the Kennedys to vote for him, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Buckley, do your wife and yourself go to discotheques?
Well, we went one time, but the music, I think that's what it was too loud. No, I can't. No, I can't. Can you?
No, I can. Mr. Buckley cannot do a dance that was invented after 1860. I see a dark-suited gentleman with a question.
Mr. Buckley, do you think Charles de Gaulle is getting senile?
I think he's probably bin senile. I think he's exhibiting what Professor Whitfogel calls the megalomania of the aging despot, which he does very convincingly, don't you think?
Yes, I couldn't have put it better myself.
I'd like to direct my question to Mr. Allen, if I may. Mr. Allen, do you think that the Israelis should give back the land that they won from the Arabs?
Should the Israelis give back the land they won? No, I don't think so. I think that they should sell it back. Do you have a view of the Arab-Israeli situation, the entire Middle East situation?
Well, nothing too novel. I think eventually the Arab countries will get around to recognizing that Israel is going to be around for a while, and that when that happens, salubrious juices will...
From the Latin, salubrious, isn't it? Nothing, yes.
Will happen.
And you think that eventually, in time, the situation is going to work itself out?
Yeah, it'll get tranquilized in time, I suspect.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know, sometimes, curiously, wars do settle things. It's very unfashionable to suppose that they do. But the Israeli situation is an excellent example of where a war does situate Israeli claims in a more viable way. Mm-hmm. This was the third time around, this last contest. And Israel has accomplished something. So it is wrong, as I say, to suppose that wars never do accomplish anything. Sometimes, in fact, they do. It's a messy way to do it. But on the other hand, it is a way that it is a way that accomplishes certain things that some people want very much to accomplish. For instance, Israeli independence.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mr. Allen, do you know George Hamilton?
No, I don't actually know George Hamilton. I've seen him only in one picture, and I don't really know.
Why do you think he went to the wedding?
Why did he go to the wedding? I had heard a rumor that he was going to announce his engagement to Svetlana Stalin. Yes.
Mr. Buckley, I've heard that people have refused to be on your show. Can you tell us who they are and why?
Well, I wrote Mr. Allen 3 or 4 times. And he just never answered, but I've always assumed it was the Christmas mail.
I would certainly be willing to come on your show and debate major issues. I think I would like to stay away from anything meaningful, however.
Well, some people don't like to exchange opinions with people who disagree with them sharply because they get sort of used to not being disagreed with. And it's sort of an unpleasant sensation to come face to face with people who analyze situations differently. William Fulbright is an example, or Wayne Morse.
These people have refused to come on your show?
Yeah. Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy. Well, is it because you pay the minimum?
I never thought of that.
We've run out of time, unhappily, and we really do have to wrap it up. I really do want to thank you because it was really nice of you to take the time from your work and,
I
to come over
seeing you.
And chat. It was a great pleasure for me, and I hope that you did enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. They made a movie about these two people. Faye Dunaway played her, and Warren Beatty played him. In my opinion, it was the finest American film made in 1967. Now we'd like to give you our version of that film.
not your car. That's my mama's car. Hey, who are you anyhow? I ain't seen you around here before. What are you messing around with that car? I got a good man called the sheriff.
You sure are beautiful, Miss Byner Parker.
You know my name?
I know everything about you. I know that you're a cheap, slovenly little waitress who slings hash in a dirty, greasy diner. Nobody loves you except fat, sloppy truck drivers, and you're hard and bitter, and you got nothing to look forward to but a life of poverty and filth.
You trying to sweet talk me?
Suppose I told you I've been in jail.
No.
That's right, for shooting a policeman in Texas. They sentenced me to hang for 12 years. Got through this morning.
You just got through hanging?
That's right. Come here. You want to see something? What? That's so not bad.
Not bad. Oh, it's great.
I told you.
What is it?
What is it? It's a gun, I think. I'm not sure.
It's a real gun?
That's right.
Prove it.
All right. Now, don't get nervous. This is a stick-up.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We closed 5 minutes ago.
What time do you open in the morning? I'll come back.
No, silly. Put your hands up.
Give me every cent you got in the register, now.
Sure.
Look out! He's dead.
Now they're going to blame me.
Wonderful. You're so smooth and so sexy. I mean, everything you do is sexy. The way you walk and the way you talk. You're just like a wild animal. What's your name?
Clyde.
Get it. Of my life.
I told you we make you, Bonnie.
You know, you haven't kissed me since that first day we met.
Well, you know I got a problem in that area.
Well, you said we could try, Clyde. Oh, we can try, can't we? There, now that wasn't so terrible, was it?
It wasn't great, let me tell you.
What's that?
That's my brother. I told you I got family. This is my brother, Buck. And this is his wife. This is my cousin, Ed. This is his wife, Ethel. This is their niece, Alice. This is my Uncle Herman. And this is my Aunt Rose. And over here's Marty and Eleanor. And, oh, this is the Milsteins, a very nice couple we met in Miami Beach. From now on, they're going to be traveling with us all over.
Oh, there?
That's right. I told you I got family.
Here. Now, I know it's hard for you to get fresh coffee cake when you're on the lam, so here.
Oh, it's good to see you, Clyde.
Good to see you, Rod. occasion, I've written a poem. Hey, Nonny, Nonny, Clyde and Bonnie are gonna be dead right in their bed. That's what I said.
I'm just dumb hillbilly, ma'am. I don't hold too much truck with poetry. Do you know what you've done?
What's that, Bugbear?
You've managed to combine the intellectual disillusionment of Eliot with the ambiguous symbolism of Baudelaire. Still come up with a poem that stinks.
The Barrow Gang. That's his wife. That's my cousin Ed. That's that new Sarah. That's Uncle Herman and Aunt Rose. And that's Marty and Eleanor. These are the Milsteins. A very nice couple we met at Miami Beach. Before we take your money, we're going to take your pictures.
Just stop it. Here, get one of me with a guard.
Go ahead, baby. Smile. Here, take one of me.
Hold it.
Thank you very much. Let's get out. Right. Get my good side. It's been great fun to do the show and take a look at 1967. I want to thank my guests, Liza Minnelli, Aretha Franklin, John Byner, William F. Buckley, Jr., and the Milsteins, a very nice couple we met in Miami. Next week, the Kraft Music Hall will present Trio Tonight, a special event starring Victor Borge, Simon Garfunkel, and Nancy Wilson. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Kraft Music Hall has been brought to you by Kraft. Kraft for good food and good food ideas. To get tonight's recipes free, write Kraft December TV recipes, Box 1718, Chicago 60690. A postcard will do. This is Ed Hurley.